May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Take your seat. Srusti Deshmukh.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about you.
Sir, my full name is Srusti Deshmukh and I come from Bhopal. I am an enthusiastic and determined girl. I have done my graduation in chemical engineering from Lakshmi Narayan College of Technology. And I recently completed my diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development from the Indira Gandhi National Open University.
Okay. Why it is Srusti? We have heard of Srusti, but this is a very unique name, Srusti.
So in Marathi, the word Ri is pronounced as Ru. So that is why the pronunciation goes Srusti. So hereby the spelling, sir.
So you are basically an engineer. You have completed your engineering and thereafter you have developed interest in civil services.
Yes, sir.
What has inspired you to join civil services?
Sir, I believe that it is a job as dynamic as being a civil servant that will utilize all my capacities and capabilities. And it will be a journey to a life of large-mindedness where I will be able to care about other people's lives, their dreams, their passions, apart from my own.
Srusti, what do you know about C.D. Deshmukh?
Sir, C.D. Deshmukh was one of the first civil servants in the country. And he has also been the governor of the Reserve Bank of India. Sir, this much.
And what about Nanaji Deshmukh?
Sir, Nanaji Deshmukh was a very prominent social activist. Even a politician, he was active in the field of politics as well. And his works have been in the states of Uttar Pradesh, where he has worked for coalescing the different people and trying to bring the backward forward.
Who are the three personalities who have been awarded Bharat Ratna this year?
Sir, this year the recipients are the first Nanaji Deshmukh, then Shri Bhupen Hazarika, and Sir Shri Pranab Mukherjee.
Okay, no problem, Srusti. Srusti, you have just said that you have done diploma in women empowerment. Okay, can you recollect some important judgments which have really empowered women in India?
Sir, I will start with the very recent one in the Supreme Court, which allowed the entry to the Sabarimala temple. I believe it was a good step in the right direction, where the Supreme Court allowed the women to let their right to equal worship.
Any other judgment?
Sir, the Vishakha guidelines with respect to the harassment at the workplace.
That's very old. I am talking about the latest judgments. There are almost more than 10 latest judgments from Supreme Court and High Court.
So I am unable to recall
no
at
problem.
this moment.
You are born in March. Okay. So why the month of March is important for women empowerment?
Sir, I'll have to read on that, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you don't remember the importance of 8th of March?
I'm unable to recall.
No problem. You have done sociology. Okay. What do you know about social mobility?
So, social mobility entails that in a given structure of the society, every society has a structure and a level of hierarchy. In any form, whether it is social or economic, when a person or a group is able to move from a higher to a lower or lower to a higher group, that could be termed as social mobility.
Okay. So, do you think that reservation policy also leads to social mobility?
Yes, sir, it does. Reservation policy in terms of economic sense and also to the long term in the social sense, it can lead to social mobility.
Can you give me the example of some communities and also tribes who have achieved this mobility through reservation?
So the Meena caste which is there, a tribe which have now gained a social mobility to an extent.
That's the tribe.
Srusti.
Yes, sir.
Srusti, I'm sure you must be following international things nowadays.
Yes, sir.
If you look at the situation in Sri Lanka, what do you believe is the problem, internal problem in the Sri Lanka, especially the problem with the Prime Minister and the President? Do you believe that after this Tamil thing, they have created two power centers within Sri Lanka, both powerful, and that's why this separation of power thing has created is an imbalance, and it will reoccur in future when the president and prime minister will not be on the same page.
Sir, I don't feel I have adequate knowledge to comment on that, sir.
Okay. Anyways, you took sociology as your discipline, and you studied in an engineering college, and you were part of the anti-ragging committee. Tell me, what is sociology of ragging? Are we actually a society of mob lynchers? Every time we get an opportunity, we actually mob lynch individuals. Ragging is one form of that. What do you say?
So I will not say that we are a society of mob lynchers. I will say there have been instances where mob lynching has come out as the immediate expression of the anger of people. But there have to be efforts in place where we can reduce the kind of spread. For example, sir, recently there have been such lynchings because of WhatsApp groups where people have forwarded the messages and just acted on that front.
Can you just go back to the ragging thing? What, in your opinion, is sociology of ragging? Why do one rag?
So if we go to the sociology of ragging, so I believe there is to some people, there could be a misguided sense of being superior, trying to prove themselves superior, or to bully the other person, and a sadist attitude to try to derive pleasure out of the other person's pain. I think, sir, this is the underlying...
you believe it's an individual trait, it has nothing to do with the collective sense?
Yes, sir, I believe it is an individual.
Usually the ragging take place, wherever ragging used to take place, and if it is taking place still, it is usually in groups. It is a group of seniors who actually rag a group of juniors.
So then I'll say that it is an individual trait, but when like-minded people and students come together, they try to behave in this certain manner.
Okay, Ms. Deshmukh. So you have done chemical engineering, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is plasma?
So plasma is a fourth state of matter.
Okay, and why it is important nowadays?
So one application of plasma that comes to my mind is the water filtration, wherein plasma technique is useful. So I'll read on that.
Okay, no issue. And you are interested in yoga and meditation?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about Vipassana?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me something about that?
So Vipassana is a special technique, so to say, of meditation, wherein they have a routine of 7 to 10 days. It's like a camp or a shivir which Vipassana organizers do. In that, they make us experience the different reactions that our body produces when we feel in certain ways. So when we think or feel in certain ways, our body reacts to it. This particular interface is targeted in Vipassana, and it is tried to make us understand our bodies and our minds better.
Have you gone to any such camps?
No, sir, I have not been.
Not yet. Okay, fine. What are your service preferences?
So the Indian Administrative Service, then the Indian Police Services, Indian Revenue Service Income Tax, Indian Revenue Service Customs, and Indian Railway Traffic.